Good morning, everyone. Today is November, I believe, 27th. It's Friday. Uh, Talked with a friend of mine this morning. She had asked me some questions, and I recently witnessed her shooting for a concealed carry class. She went through a class that me and Mr. Sanford Whitlow was having, and she's having a little bit of problem after shooting for a minute. Her hands, as she gripped the gun, her hands were kind of drifting around, on the target. It was just drifting. And I kind of noticed what the problem was. I talked to her this morning. I explained it to her. But I'm making this video. I want to dedicate it to Dr. Nzinga. I hope when she sees this video, it gives her some ideas of what she can do as a conditioning exercise. And also, I'm making this for my grandson, Little Joe. So I dedicate this to Little Joe, Big Joe, and Christina. I've passed this technique down to my daughter and her family the same way as my dad passed it to me. And it helped to make me be an excellent shot. It gave me a more stable platform to shoot from. And it gave me greater endurance when I've been shooting for at least a half an hour or more. So this is what you're going to need for this. Now, first, let me say a lot of qualities go into being a good shot. You want to have proper breath control, proper focus, proper sight picture, uh, and I would also say proper stance, and a few other things goes into that. But there are some techniques that you can use that condition you, and what I'm about to show you is a great conditioning, and it's going to give you a much stable platform to shoot from, and you won't have to worry so much about arm drift. It'll give you greater grip in your hands, and it's going to condition your shoulders and forearms as well. Uh, I think you're going to enjoy this exercise if you do it. It looks real easy, but it's nowhere close to being very easy. So this is what you're going to need. Now, what I did was I went to Lowe's, I bought me a shovel handle, and I cut it down to about a 2 foot section. For my cordage, I chose to use paracord. Now, you can choose rope, you can choose string, extension cord if that's what you want to use. It just has to be where you can wind it can wind up. And last but not least, 5 pound weight. Now you can use a hand weight or you can use a plate, whatever you want to do. Now the first thing that you want to do is on one end of your cordage, you want to tie a bunch of knots. You want to make a nice little fat, thick knot. Second thing you want to do is take a power drill with a drill bit just a little bit larger than the diameter of your cordage, and you want to drill your hole straight through. And then when you get that, you're going to take your cordage and you're going to stick it through that hole. There we go. And then you pull it all the way through down to where you're not. And that's what you want to see. You want to see that knot catch and not be able to go through that hole. Last thing you want to do is take your plate. Or if you have a 5 pound dumbbell, that works excellent. You want the weight to at least be 5 pounds. And measure the length from where, if you're standing and your arms are straight out in front of you, that the cord goes down and just barely starts to touch the ground. That's the length you want as far as the cordage would go. And then all you do is I'm tying the cordage onto the weight. If you have a 5 pound dumbbell and you use it for other exercises, just make a little lasso type slip knot at the bottom so that you can slip your 5-pound dumbbell in and out of it. Okay. From here to here is what you have. Now let me move my camera a little bit. And I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to hold your arms, as you can see, they're straight out in front of me. And you wind that cord up. Your elbows can be slightly bent. They don't have to be totally locked out. And you just keep winding until you wind that 5-pound weight all the way up to where it touches the wood. And then you go backwards the other way. And you wind it down. Now you're going to feel the burn in your shoulders. You're going to feel it in your forearms. It also helps give you greater dexterity on gripping that wood. Don't let it run down on its own. Control it. When you get to where you can wind that up and down about, I'd say, let's see. When you get to where you can wind that up and down about, make your goal starting off to be about 3 times. Once you get past 3 and up and down is 1 set. So let's say you want to be able to do 3 sets as a goal. Later, work to 5. Later after that, work to 10. Now if you can get 5 to 10, you're doing something. After just a couple weeks of doing that simple exercise, when you go shoot, and you've been shooting for say 20 or 30 minutes, you're not going to get all that drift. Your hand, you're going to have a much stable platform. It's going to be totally still. As long as you're maintaining your other qualities that you need, it's going to make a big difference on your accuracy. And as my dad always said, it's not how much noise you make, but what you hit that counts. So try that exercise. And I'm going to tell you this, just for endurance purposes, if you can do it for 30 minutes, you're a real He-Man. I can tell you that. Because this exercise looks real simple. But I'm telling you right now, it's pretty hard. And like I said, the more sets you do, the harder it gets. Whatever you want to do, when you're holding your arms up, keep them shoulder level, slightly bent at the elbows, not totally locked out, just slightly bent. And do not, whatever you do not let your arms drift down to where your arms are below your shoulder level length. There's old saying in bodybuilding that three bad reps are equal to 1 good rep. So keep your arms parallel with your shoulders. Wind up, wind down, do it under control, and just watch the difference that it'll make when you go shooting. It's going to make a big difference. And seeing that the weight itself weighs 5 pounds, which is more than the majority of pistols that you will ever shoot, you'll be able to hold that pistol up and have a much more stable platform. You don't have to worry about your arms drifting as much. You're going to have a better grip and just better overall endurance. So that was a tip that my dad gave me. It helped make me be a much better shooter once I learned to do that. Like I said, I've handed that skill down to my daughter and my grandson, and I hope that it benefits you, and I hope it's something that you would hand down through your family. So this goes out, like I said, Dr. Nzinga, this video's for you. I hope you see it. Got any questions, give me a call. But for anyone else watching this video, I'm telling you, just 2 weeks of doing it and you're going to see a difference. So the longer you can continue to do it, the stronger you're going to get, the better you're going to get. So I hope this helps everyone, and you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.